Hi everybody, welcome back to this channel and welcome back to Along the Kiel Canal, episode number 6. Still in November, we've moved on to November the 2nd. If you remember in the last episode we cut our grass field and we made hay and took the grass and stuck it in the bunker for chaff to make silage. And we have one trailer full of hay, well not quite full, 91%, and we're bringing this up to the sheep farm. I'm trying to see, can I remember my way up here without using the big map? I think I have it. Back on the Kiel Canal, and we're on 301,000. I did complete those 2 contracts. I did have workers on them, but I completed some of the work myself. I left the ploughing to work away, and I finished off the cultivation contract, and then I done some of the ploughing. Now it took a long time, pretty tough work with that board plough. Now the goal is to get to 340,000, and when we do that, then we can consider buying grassfield number 8. That sets off a chain reaction. Then once we get grassfield number 8. Yeah, we're a little bit away from our turn. I'm just watching the map. The chain reaction, when we reach that money and we can buy number 8, means we can harvest it. At the moment, I don't think it's been cut. It was up as a contract. I didn't accept it to mow it. But when you move on the days, sometimes these things end up changing and disappearing, and it ends up going. We'll check it when we get to the farm anyway. I just want to deliver this up for the sheep. Ideally, grass would suit them better because it saves us having to make hay out of it and then bring it up. It doesn't give any more value than the grass, the hay doesn't. So, and with that in mind, it's kind of like, okay, we've just could have taken a trailer load of grass and brought it up. Now they have meadow, but they're working their way through it. Now let's go outside and have a look and see, can I get the trigger here? We should be okay on this without the tailgate shouldn't hit the roof. Maybe it will. It does. Only just. Normally it hits the roof and then the trailer and everything starts to lift up in the air. So happy days. Okay, so they have feed now rather than just the meadow. That's all they had was the meadow, you see, and the meadow is 6,500. That's not too bad. I think the chickens are okay now. We did only put babies in, so they're not going to produce eggs just yet, and they've still got 17,000 litres. Did I put in 25,000? I don't think I had. I put in what the trailer held. I don't think it held 25,000. We've taken care of that bit of business, and now let's have a look. Goal is to buy field number 8, which is here. Now, the chain reaction I talk about is when we buy this field, then we can put a crop into this field. We'll have our grass field then. That was always what we wanted to do. Look at the patches. The patches there that are starting to show, that's because we're running the Vredo pack. And that's where some of the wear is now after cutting the grass. So we're going to have to do reseeding on our grass fields. This field, let's visit it first. It still hasn't been cut. It would be nice if we could get the field before it gets cut. What I'm looking at is we have a €30,000. That's the field there with the mowing contract on it. A €30,000 contract for ploughing. What else we got? No, not doing €32,000 stone picking contract. Not with that stone picker. We could do it and lease the bigger one. It still would be a pain. It's still like, how many acres is it? 60 acres now. No, definitely not. I'm not that mad. What about the harvest contract? Sunflowers, we don't have a head to do it, but we could take the equipment, we'd still make money out of it. That's only 8,000. Like we've only 2 contracts left to go. Now, if we don't get it, baling, round baling, field 14, the biggest one on the map, no thank you. 164 acres. I don't think there'd be enough hours in the month to get that actually done. What about one of the smaller ones? If we took on one of the square baling ones, 13,000, bale wrapping. The thing I have about bale wrapping, if you took on the big one, is would you have enough wrap? Would you have to have more wrap? You know, something else might come up. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to accept that ploughing contract. I didn't take the equipment with it. I need to get back to my tractor. I didn't take the equipment with it. I've got to jump in cab. I'm trying to get used to driving around the roads here. There's no traffic on this road, and I even know look. I'm trying to get used to driving around to know my way around the map. It's not difficult because there's not too many roads. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lease a plough to actually do that field. I know we're not going to use it on our own land, the Lizard MT, but I'm going to allow myself to use it on contracts unless there's something else there that we can use. I'll have a look and see what we're going to lease. I'll bring it back in. I'll show you what we're going to lease. We'll get over to that field and we'll get started on it, and then we'll decide. We need to have just over 344,000. We need to keep 70 in the bank when we buy the field. That's a kind of a rule I set, to have money there moving forward at the end of each month, no matter what we do, to try have 70,000 in the bank. So we don't go spending everything and end up with like 10 grand, 6, 7, 8 grand in the bank at the end of the month. That we have a substantial amount there for any unforeseen circumstances that may come up and things like that. Now we're running our random events, and lucky enough we got lucky on them so far, especially the one we got for November. We haven't run another one now because we won't until we moved forward to December. We get a 10% yield bonus on whatever crops we have in the field in that got planted in October through to November. So we have one field of barley and we'll get 10% bonus on that. We'll work that out when we get to the harvest time for that, just on the grain element of it. But we could also roll something that's going to cost us money. So that's why I've kind of said, right, we're going to have to make sure we have a minimum balance as much as possible. I'm probably overstating it with 70 grand. We could probably do it with less. Probably say 30, 40 grand would be enough. But I don't want to make it too easy for myself. I want to be like responsible in what I keep in the pot, say to the bank balance, because in general you wouldn't run the bank balance down. You'd be trying to keep something there for unforeseen circumstances that may come up. So I just get back to the ferry here and get started, and then I'll see you then when I get whatever piece of equipment we're leasing and we're at that field to get started on that ploughing contract. And I can't see the ferry, so I better slow down so I don't end up in the river. Now, there we go. Can't believe we're 10 hours up on this tractor already. There you go, we're moving. Okay, I'll see you at the field. Okay, on the field we have the Lizard MT. It's 12 metres. We can't use a subsoiler to do ploughing contracts anyway, so even if I had the subsoiler I wouldn't be able to use it. So it's such a big field, there's no way I was going to do this with the board plough. It took me ages to finish off the last one, 44 acres. It took me ages to finish off what was left on the last one. When I took it over now, it was, I think, 70 something % complete, and it took forever just to get through it. I was kind of glad I wasn't using my own tractor too, because it would put up a lot of hours on it. Yeah, it was nice using the big R9 John Deere, but it was kind of, you know, it made me appreciate when we do use the MT ploughs that they've got a decent coverage, they're decent working with. I can't remember what the working with was on it, but I don't even think it was 6 metres. We'll have a look now. We'll just jump in. Yeah, we're okay. Ploughs. It was the big one, that one there. And it's 6 metres. Yeah, so it's only half the width. And like very, very slow when you stop and turn, and especially if you're rotating the plough. Now I ended up taking over, so I kind of had to go with the way the field was already done. But it seemed like the headlands took forever to do. Look at the size of this field. this is going to take quite some time in real time to do. So the plan, as I said, is we're going to just work through these. If we haven't got 345,000 by the end of the day, even like the end of the contract's been done, well then we're not buying the field. Even if we're only short by a couple of grand, we're just going to stick hard and fast with the rule I've made. And we're not going to buy it. And so be it. No point making rules and then going and breaking them the first time when it suits you. So I'm expecting this to be a bit of a long one, and thankfully I have a couple of videos to watch on YouTube while I'm doing it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit back, work away on this, and catch up on a few bits and pieces on YouTube. Recording this on the Sunday, so I'm going to watch the highlights from the Grand Prix, from the Belgium Grand Prix, and the Tour de France. So that won't take too long. It won't get me through the stage. And I have a couple of other content creators I want to catch up on as well. So we're at what time now? It's 8:37. I'll leave the clock on 1 and we'll run away and see how long this takes. So 8:37. Let's see how many hours this is going to take. Still working away. Everything's going fine. 75% coming up. And what I wanted to do is I just want to bring you back in. And the random event for November, I did put the screen up last episode, but I'm going to put it up again just to show you. We spun the random event and we got all crops sown in the autumn receive a 10% bolus yield at harvest. That's what we got this month. As you can see from the event log there on the bottom right, there was no event in August, dealer discount in September on second-hand equipment, fuel price spike, double the price, and then perfect growing conditions for November. So that's how we ended up with our spin that gave us our bonus when it comes around to harvesting. We only have one field in, which is barley. Thankfully, in a way, because there'll be a lot of calculations to be done. And I better get back to the field because we're coming to the end of this line. This is going pretty good. Just got to lift this and go around here. I have the speed limit set to 18. The actual plough itself operating is 15. The minute I drop it down there, it's going to slow down again. There we go. Just so you know where we're coming from with the random events. There's a full list in the description. There's quite a few unhelpful ones, as well as quite a few nice little bonuses along the way. Plus, between 7 and 14, if it's been between 7 and 14, it's a non-event. Nothing happens. You'll have nothing happening probably more than you will have something. But it's just add another little bit to the actual gameplay. Just to give a little bit. Now there is some that could be more difficult than that. There is a couple of ideas I have for a smaller map series that aren't very helpful to you. A couple of little disasters that happen at different times during the year, regards equipment and fields and stuff like that, and animals. And I'm not on a map that's suitable to doing it yet. I have something in the pipeline, but I've too much going on at the moment, so it'll wait until after we finish up a couple of the series we're doing and we get on to something where I kind of would probably wait for a new map to come out again, something that's just for something new. And I will implement it, there's no doubt about it, because when I kind of got the idea in my head and then I ran it through ChatGPT, asked it to give me a couple of ideas around what I was thinking. It actually came up with some really, really good ideas for a challenge on the series. So we're going to run with it eventually. But not that this map wouldn't suit. It's too big. The fields are too big on it. Need something smaller. Anyway, just to update you on the random events and how this contract's going, we're on 80%. We're doing quite good. Not quite an hour yet. We've 15 minutes short of an hour, so I'd say we'll have it done in the hour or thereabouts. So I'm working my way, as I said, through a couple of videos on YouTube while I'm doing this, just watching them on the side here. Look at that, contract finished. Got charged an extra hour on the lease, but yeah, we started at, it was 8:38. I said, now I think we'd already started rolling, so we finished at 8:37. So that wasn't too bad. Now let's just jump in here for 1 second. It doesn't tell us now. It was telling us it was going to take over 2 hours. So with that in mind, I'm wondering about the other ones, how long they're going to take. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to do this as 11 hours. Even if it took half it, that's still like 6 hours nearly. But I'm just wondering how accurate that is. Now, maybe, okay, it would be slower with the other plough, but yeah, I suppose, yeah, looking at it from that point of view. But the other thing too, I was just thinking on the way through, did I check the schemes? I'm sure I did. We have no demos this month. No demos this month. Settings, contracts. Look at that. I have the reward set to 60%. I didn't realise that I had it set. I don't know whether I said that in the initial setup. I had actually set the rewards to 60% of what they should be. So with what we're getting for this, let's go in. Like if I was to change that now, we would get an awful lot more than we're getting now. Okay, there we go. So we're up to 329,947. This is the turn we need to take, isn't it? It is, yeah. Okay. Like I'm there going thinking, yeah, it's taking me so long. Should I put the contracts back up to payout, 100% payout, normal payout? No. If anything, I'd bump it up 10, that would be it. But even bumping that up 10% will probably bring it up from whatever we got there. Bring it up to, we got 30,000. It will bring it up another 10% on top of that. Bring it up another, yeah, they bring it up another 3,000 on top of that again. So I'm probably gone the wrong way here. Am I? Where am I on the map? Yeah, I'm gone the wrong way. Yay. Yeah. It's funny, I kind of twigged it when I turned. I said, no, yeah, you didn't come this way. Okay, what are we going to do next? I don't know. I'll bring it back in a few minutes. Oh, turn the speed back up. Field speed and road speed, two different things. Yeah, I'll bring it back in a few minutes. I'm going to have a look at the contracts and decide what their next move is. I'm just back at the dealers. I still have the plough because I haven't picked the contract yet. What we're going to do. I'm leaning towards the plough and contract, the one that's there. But I literally just jumped in here to have a quick look and see what's on the map. Now, there's plenty of productions anyway. Question is, do we buy productions or do we lease productions? Like the obvious main one we would go for is the grain mill, but then we're producing flour. You know, to kind of, you get caught up in. Let's go and visit and see how much it actually is. Okay, let's have a look at it first. Oh, it's a big building. Okay, price. Buy 442,000. That is expensive. For the lease it will be $789 a day. Now, is that the norm on this map? Dairy, visit. We're not at the spawn point. This is the same as the dairy on what map? Is it the same as the one on Newtown Pantai? No. I know it's the same one that's used in Riverbend Springs. Or Riverview, sorry. Riverview. By 263. Let's go for one of the deer ones and have a look at it. Paper mill. Oh, that is there. I know the paper mill is a different. It is. The paper mill that's on most of them is around 575,000 or something like that. Yeah, all the buildings are different. Not going to go through them all. Preserved food factory, that looks different as well. Rope maker, sawmill. Let's go to sawmill. Now, I've kind of gone away from doing 438,000. Gone away from doing timber works. Yeah, it's an impressive build all the same. Nice. The way it's done. I did drive past this. I didn't realise it was a sawmill. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of know. Is that where I was? No, that's the intake. Yeah, that's the intake. Okay, so what do we do? Do we aim to lease these buildings, or what do we do? Or there is a site here which is purely for building. How much is it to buy? 250,000. That's not actually too bad. Okay, and it is got plenty of space. Let's jump into the construction menu for a minute and say if we were to consider doing factory, say let's pick a grain mill just to see. Now, I don't mean a small little fiddly little grain mill. I'm talking about something that is befitting the map, if you know what I mean. Something that looks, the lights of that's going to look, it looks lost here, but it is big. Like, should we do that? Build. There's tailor shop. That's the one that's on the map for the bakery. That's the one. Now, there's the Kiel Canal bakery. Is more expensive. No, same price. Does the same thing. It's Highland Fish and Spinnery. That's the Kiel Canal Dairy. Spinnery, dairy. What's the difference in them? Like, is there a difference, really? Same price. Okay. Why are these cheaper if you build them? I haven't said that. Let's go. Where's the grain mill for the map? Because it's bound to be in the build anyway. Oil mill. What's that? Fish food factory. I can't remember how much it was now. Canning factory. Preserved food factory. Sawmill. See, there's the other paper mill. Okay, so it doesn't have all the same ones that are there. They're not in the build menu. That is. Yeah, it's coming up on them anyway, but just to get an idea. Okay, we won't be doing any of this for quite some time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw it out there. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Should we just buy this plot and put our own productions on here? Or is that the ferry crossing? Yeah, that's the ferry crossing from our farm. There's our farm. So it's not that far away. Should we do that, or should we aim to buy the productions on the map itself, which are going to cost a pretty packet? Now, I know there's loads of them up in this area here. I didn't actually go visit them, but not looking for the plot number. Tailor shop. Manage. Visit. Buy. 246,000. Which doesn't seem unreasonable. I'm not too sure whether they're even going to get into doing a I suppose we should, because we're going to have wool from the sheep. Maybe we should consider doing that. Okay, right. Just wanted to run that by you, see what you thought. Now, how much was this again? Is this 438? And in the bill menu, the sawmill was, because it's easy enough to spot. It's coming up now. It's cheaper. It's 400,000. So any of them that are there, if we place them, they're actually cheaper for some stranger. I suppose it's because of the area they're in and that. But yeah. Okay, what are we going to do? Contracts. I'm going through these, and I'll be honest with you, it's doing my head in trying to pick a contract. If I pick one of these, I'm going to lease the other stone picker. Now, ploughing contract 17,000 I already have. I kind of want to do something different. I don't want to do everything the same. Even if I manage to buy that field, I don't think we'll be working on it this month anyway. Like, temptation is to do another harvest contract, take the equipment, do this, but the field and the delivery points are at opposite ends of the map, so there's a fair driving between them. Be at least 2 trailer loads. Don't you just love it when you're not organised? Bed wrapping. Let's do that. Okay, go and do that. Here we go. The equipment's landed. So we're going to go and get this done. And hopefully we have enough wrap to do the field. If not, you'll hear me moan. And field number 13 is up the top of the map. Is it? No, I got it wrong. 23 it is. That's why it's not up the top of the map. It's not too far from where we are. Okay, let's knock off that steer, 4-wheel steer. Okay, I get down to the field, get started on this. But let me know what you think about the productions. What should I do? Lease them? Buy them, which will take a long time. I suppose we could just go on and do the field work for now and build up our money from expand. Now, we're not going to own the map by any stretch of the imagination. It's too big. So do we get to the point where we have quite a substantial amount of fields and quite a bit of money coming in from our grain crops and stuff like that during the year to allow us expand and go further on our 5 contracts and do it that way? Anyway, let me know what you think, because I won't be moving on that for some time. So I will read the comments before I even get anywhere near that. Like, we're at episode 6 now. We're probably looking at episode 10 to 15 before we even consider production. Anyway, I'll get to the field, get started on this. Just about to do the last one. That didn't take too long. Nowhere near the time it said it would. It said it'd take an hour and 5 minutes. So we won't pay too much attention to the times on the contracts when we're looking at them. Just waiting for this to do and tell me it's done. And park. Let's go back. I returned the plough. Let's accept our... There we go. Now, is there loads more? No, I keep doing this. I don't know why I keep changing the layout. So we're done. That's our 5 contracts. We're on 146. So we have the money to buy our field, which is what the goal was for this. Now, we're not going to get to do anything with it this month. Just even to cut it would take too much time. I'm just hoping it's not, that contract is still standing. I'm going to get back to the yard first anyway. Yeah, just we gave the grass equipment back we had doing our field here to the left of us, which we can drive through, and hopefully I can show you some of the patches. There's the patches in the field. You can see them starting to form. That's because we're running the Vredo packed and we need to reseed. God, there's a lot more over here. So we're going to have to reseed our grass fields. This field is going to get ploughed up now in springtime, and I'm heading for diesel because we use quite a bit of diesel. Now, there was very little gone out of it at the start of that contract, so we need to get over the point. There we go. Let's see how much it costs us anyway, because the diesel prices are high. Just keep filling it, turn the tractor off, and it'll come up in the corner now in a minute there. The money's going down. Stop going down. 204 needs ploughing, yeah, and so does the other field. This is where subsoil is going to cause us problems, because it's going to give us a need ploughing state after we subsoil, so we may need to actually consider ploughing. Okay, field number 8. Go visit. Yeah, we still have grass. Good. We're gonna buy. Come on. There we go. 71,600. So we made about 1,678, and we own this field. The grass is ready to harvest. No data. That'll cost us, let's see, purchase soil information 7,000. We're allowed to buy that out of the 70. It's just when that's why we have to have money there when we buy fields or anything like that. You know what? Let's actually buy it. I'm not going to do soil sampling on them. Maybe later on. Okay. Kind of wish I hadn't done that now. We've loam and part of it, and then the rest is silty clay. So it's not too bad. We'll get a yield off it. We'll get a cut, and probably, we'll top off our sheep, but that'll only take one load. What are we going to do with the rest of it? Really, I think hay is the option, because we have our silage. So I'm just coming over here to see what hay we have in here. Yeah, we get another 170,000 litres in here, so maybe that's the option. How's our silage doing? Let's have a quick look. Fermenting, come on, give me the menu. Fermenting, it's 27% fermented. And yeah, with that, guys, episode number 6, losing track. Episode number 6 on Along the Kiel Canal. That's it, done and dusted. We achieved our goal, which was to buy that field. We still have money left in the bank. We need to go and buy some mineral feed as well to go in here for when we're moving the silage over. We need to buy a bucket. What I mean by bucket is a bucket for the loader, because we don't have one. And we have a couple of things we're going to need to purchase, but at least we'll be into having some more contracts, some more money to earn next month. And we'll have to lease a mower, and that we'll have to lease whatever we need to deal with the grass over there. It would be nice if something came up in the second-hand market that we could actually purchase and keep. I'm not expecting that really to be the case at the moment, because, to be honest with you, we're looking at probably 90,000 to purchase a set of mowers that'll drop a swat, and with a rear mower and a front mower. So unless we go with the cheaper option and tether it up, it's probably going to be a non-runner until we have a bit more money anyway, whether we're going to be able to buy the equipment we need just yet. But at least we're making progress. We now have 3 fields. We achieved what we wanted, as I said in this episode. We bought field number 8, our 3rd field, and we'll start working on that in the next episode. So let me know what you think of the series so far. If you can give me your feedback, lease or buy the productions on site, or do we buy that plot and build our own productions. We save a bit of money doing it, but not a lot. The only advantage is if we're generating flour, we want to deliver to a bakery, we have them beside each other. But there again, that's part and parcel of dealing with the map and the way it's laid out. We'll get a truck, and I don't mean the small little truck we have, this one. I mean, we'll get a decent truck for driving around the map if we're transporting, say, 20, 30 pallets of flour up to the bakery or whatever. Okay, we're done. Thanks for joining me. Hit that like button on your way out. Please subscribe. Leave a comment, especially on what you think is the best route to take. I'm open. I'm not set one way or the other, so I'm not going to disagree with you because I already have my mind set. I haven't. I only thought of it while I was doing the ploughing in that field. I wonder how much the productions are. I knew there was loads, but no idea the price of them, and they are more expensive than placing your own. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it anyway. So for now, all that's left for me from along the Kiel Canal until next time is to say goodbye until the next time. And do come back and join us again for the next episode. Bye bye.